let's move on to the next one. For example, this ring here. Let's see how we can work on a model for this object. Back to Rhino, I'm going to enter one of the views. For example, the right view. I'm going to start by setting a circle here. Then after that, I'm going to set a line in this part exactly. Now I'm going to use the mirror command to symmetrize this line here. There we go. Again, this would be our primary model. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up a line here to connect the intersection points. Then up here, I'm going to activate line from midpoints to set up a line here. There we go. Well, maybe a bit more larger. Then after that, some more lines to create this rhombus or diamond shape, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now let's go ahead and check the image once more. This would be the exact diamond shape that we want to have. Alright, let's go back to Rhino again. What I need next is a couple of copies of this circle. So let's go ahead and create the copies right from the center point, by the way. Then project activated. And we can set our duplicated circles right in these areas. And we need to move this part a bit more downwards because according to the image, we have some sort of a dent here. See? So to do this, we can activate scale. We can start from the center point again. Now scale. We also need to activate the center snap, and to do that we need to hold the shift key while we click here. And then after activating the snap, we can move the circle downwards like this. And then we can mirror this from the center point, based on the center point. And we also need to rotate this part here. Okay, let me see. You know what, something is bugging me. The angle that I've gone with is not really good. So actually, let's try to change this. I'm going to enter the front view now and set up a dimension here. It is about 40 degrees. Yeah, I guess this is good enough. Okay. Yeah, moving on, let's continue our work. As you can see, we have this ring here. So let's go back to Rhino and see how exactly we can create this ring shape. So first off, I'm going to start by entering one of the views, such as the right view, and then I need to set up a circle. Now from the center point, I'm going to set this line. It's kind of like a radial line. Now I need to rotate this line based on the center point with a specific angle. I'm going to activate copy as well, and for the angle, I'm going to go with like 15 degrees. Okay, now here minus 15. Okay, then the next command that we can use here would be line from midpoint again to set up another line here. Okay, I'm going to deactivate the snap and try minimizing this line a little bit more. Alright, now let's use polyline to create this diamond shape up here. Alright, now that we have our diamond shape, I'm going to select all of these 4 edges and then activate Edge Surface command to create a surface for myself. Oh, you know what, let's not do this just yet. Instead, I'm going to use maybe another circle here first. Then I'm going to try setting the circle from this center point like this. Let me change up my view to the right view and set up the circle like this. Here you go. Now we have another circle here as well. All right, let's see what is the next step that we can take. For example, we can set another line here. It might work better for us. Let me go ahead and remove these edges too. And then I'm going to set my second line right from this midpoint here, just as you can see. It is kind of like we are adding a little bit more complexity to our practice. Okay, I'm going to remove these and then try enlarging this line here. Then once more, I'm going to add these edges to create the diamond shape all over again. Okay, after that, I need another circle from the center point here. Project activated, so that we would be able to set our circle a little bit more easier. Now entering the right view and set up the circle like this. I'm going to remove all the extra objects that we don't need here anymore. And after that, I need to symmetrize or mirror the circle on the other side. Now we need a surface up here. To add it, I'm going to use planar surface command. Okay. Then I'm going to activate array polar to specify the number of the reproductions. I'm going to divide 360 by 30. I mean, more precisely, we had 15 degrees here and another one on the other side, so 30 degrees. And as a result, we would have a shape exactly like this. Now, as my next step, I have this item here that I can use, surface from 3 or 4 corner points. I need to deactivate project. And then just start clicking on the corner points like this. Okay. Now I need to mirror this to the other side like this. Then once more, as you have probably guessed it, I'm going to use array polar to add 12 more surfaces like this. And overall, this would be the model of our ring. Now activate the cell curve command, remove these extra lines, and then add another circle to this model of the ring. So entering the right view and set another circle like this. Now to add a little bit more finishing touch to this, I'm going to enter the top view and try moving this interior circle closer to the edges. Now as our next step, I'm going to select the entire model, and then from the properties, I'm going to deactivate show surface ISO curve here. And right after that, I'm going to activate the dop edge command. Select all of the edges, enter the front view. Let me just select this item here, set it in another layer and deactivate it or turn it off. Then again, back to the front view, dop edge activated again. Select these edges. Now I need to join them all to convert them into a single line. Then we need to create a loft using this line and our circle. Just like this. Now we need to mirror this to have an exact symmetrization on the other side. Then again, we need to activate loft, select the circle, and also the other circle that we have on the other side. Well, you know what? Let's do something else. Let's use extrude. Both sides deactivated, as well as solid, in order to create the extrusion that we want to. Okay, and then after that, we can use offset surface command to set a little interior offset by 0.1 maybe, to create something like this. And if you wanted to add more width to this ring, you can select the entire model and then use scale to add as much width as you want to. Here we go. Okay, then afterwards we can add a material to this. Let's select the model and then add this material to it. Now let's press Ctrl-Alt-R to enter the rendering mode to check our model in more detail. And yeah, that's it. We are done with creating the model for our second example. We can move on to the next one. Well, maybe let me just do something else here real quick. I'm gonna select this and move it to the 05 layer. Oh, we've actually forgot something. I mean, we should have considered something. It's not too late though. Let's talk about it. Guys, what we are trying to do here is creating a model. I mean, it's a modeling process, in other words. Like, we have this image, and based on it, we should try to create a model. However, before anything else, something that we should definitely pay attention to is specifying the unit system. Like, for example, the unit system here is set on meters. I'm going to change this to centimeters. Then immediately this warning would appear which says that the model units has changed. Do you want your model to be scaled? I'm going to go with no. Now I can select these items, these models, and move them, for example, to here and turn the layer off.